Welcome to this edition of Is It with Sean Vincent and Dan Peters. We're reviewing plugins, and today we are looking at...
Gullfoss. Gullfoss, yes. This has been around a little while, and it's something that I've watched reviews of, I've played with the demo of, and ahed about quite a lot. I bought something very similar, which was the TV Pro Audio DSEC or DSEC, whatever that is called. And I was just working on a master recently, and I was Googling what might fix the issue I was having, and someone suggested this. I'm like, right, I'll go.
I'm a terrible sound engineer.
I'll go and have another look. I'm terrible at my job. What will do my job for me?
Okay. So it came back with Golfos. That's good.
Basically, it's an intelligent EQ. It's in the same vein to Soothe or the thing I was using, DSEC, whatever it's called. So, but it works slightly differently, and I find it more subtle than those, and in certain cases it definitely works better. So, first of all, you get 3 versions when you get it. You get the mastering version, which uses the most amount of CPU and has the highest amount of latency, but it doesn't matter in a mastering situation. You have the normal version, which uses medium amount of both, and then you have a live version, which uses very little of anything, but it has the highest noise floor and all the rest of it. So generally you're going to use the normal one. In my situation, the mastering, I use the mastering edition. They all work the same. So basically it has a bunch of controls. Let me grab it, read it. So, sorry, it's too far away. So you basically have 2 main settings, and they are recover and tame. So recover.
I just think it's interesting the words. They're adjectives, aren't they?
They're adjectives.
Yeah. I think it's interesting, the adjectives.
Yeah.
You know, it's,
it kind of makes sense.
It sounds like a weekend to me.
Yeah, I want a tame weekend, and then I want to recover from it.
Yeah.
Well, it works. You
start wanting a tame weekend, and then you have to recover from it.
But it works in a similar way.
Okay, go on then.
So recover is looking for frequencies that may have been masked, and then it finds a way to push them through. Tame is looking for frequencies that might be harsh and getting in the way of things, and it pulls them down. And
it does that on a channel or a bus or a...
wherever you want to put it.
Okay.
I find it works best on a mix. I'm generally working on whole mixes. So if I tell it to recover, I can then dial that up between 0 and 100%.
Yeah.
The more I dial it up, the more frequencies it's found that it wants to push. So it might push the kick drum up really loud. It might push the bottom end. Generally, it might push the vocal louder. It will look for whatever it thinks it needs to do in order to make that a more balanced mix. And the same with the tame. If there's some really harsh mids going on, it will find them and pull them out. And then you have some other settings. So you have bias. Now, bias basically is the decision between, do I want to do more of the taming or more of the recovering, which is, I sort of don't get that. You could just decide that yourself.
Yes,
over there.
Yeah.
And then it has a brighten setting, which does as it says. It just puts a bit more top end in the mix. The boost control isn't level. Oddly, it is boosting something, but it's not level. It's pushing. I don't know what it's pushing. It's pushing something, but it's not the level that goes up.
Well, we're supposed to know because we're giving the guys the info issue.
I know, but what I don't do is read a manual. I just use it and try and work out what it's doing.
At least don't admit it.
Okay, well, I don't care.
Yeah, all right.
I don't really know what that's boosting, but it's not boosting the level.
Okay.
It's doing something to the signal. There is an output gain down here, which you can push if you want to.
Yeah, push it out.
Yeah. But what I will say is that a little bit of messing around with it, if you've got a particularly harsh sounding mix or something, it can fix it. And if you've got something that is a little bit lifeless and dull, it can fix that too. So I've got
a couple of mates like that.
You need Gullfoss in real life.
Yeah, Gullfoss. Yeah, just liven my mates up.
Yeah, I think there is things for that. But, you have to go and see a geezer
way past
at the back of the pub.
Way beyond all of that.
Yeah. But I do think it's very different. So DSEC that I use, made by TV Pro Audio, does a similar thing, but you have to tell it what part of the frequency you want it to work on and how much you want it to work on it. Yeah, it's a slightly different thing. I find them not doing the same jobs. This is better for something that just needs a little bit of a push over the line. DSEC is better for something that's a bit of a mess and needs help.
Cool. So I was going to ask you a question there that moving that bit of paper has just answered.
Which was what?
That's the mastering version.
The mastering version is white and black, or cream and black.
Yeah.
And the regular version is blue.
They're actually very nice looking interfaces, aren't they?
They're very simple. Yeah, there's nothing wacky about them. There's minimal controls. You can see what they're doing. It's very obvious to see what it's doing.
Cool. Demo?
There is a full 14-day demo.
A full 14-day demo.
Yeah, which is nice. Something like this, you absolutely need to test it.
Yeah.
Because it's quite hard to explain what it's doing.
Yes, I get that. Yeah.
As I've shown. It's very hard to explain what it's doing.
Yeah. So full 14-day demo, and then once we decide to buy it...
96 quid. Which I think if you're mastering a lot or even if it's your own stuff you're mastering and you're running into problems, this is a bit of a magic bullet.
You got to look. Do you know what I'd be interested to know is I'd be interested to look at all of the reviews that we've done with all of the similar kind of plugins like this, and what the total value of like smart EQs were, what the total value of channel strips were. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Because I think nearing 100 quid is too much. Yep. Unless, don't get me wrong, there are obviously people out there that are professional engineers and investing in, you might if you're earning £350 a day in your studio, I can see how you might want to spend 96 quid to buy something like this. If you're making drum and bass tunes, which you're uploading onto Bandcamp, and you want it to make it sound as big and as massive as you can, how do you justify 96 quid? You don't, but you send it to someone that's going to master it for you, and they would have bought it. Yeah. That's... But, would you rather sell two of these? Yep. Because it's. Do you know what? It's like the old pirating advert. Remember? Would you steal somebody's handbag? It's like, no, but if I could make an exact copy of somebody's handbag and they'd never know and still have, then I'd absolutely do that. Yeah. Would you rather sell two of these for half the price? Yep. Or just one at 96 quid? So your argument is it's twice as expensive. I'm arguing it's twice as two. Yes, that's exactly my argument. Do you not think that about all plugins then? No, because I think some of them are well priced. Interesting. Okay. I think this is what I've come to realise. I think once it starts getting near the 100 quid mark, you lose my interest. It's going to have to, two things. It's going to have to be pretty special, or it's going to have to make noise for 100 quid. See, this is the other thing I've noticed. So I like the plugins which are processors. Yeah. I like EQs, I like compressors, I like clever stuff like this. Yeah. You like synths, samplers, drum machines. Yeah. Things that make noises. Yeah, creative stuff. You buy that stuff. Yeah. Whereas I like to do this side. Yeah. We're just on slightly different levels there. Maybe so. You make a load of noise and I fix it. You clean it all up. with your fancy £100 EQs. There you go. There we go. So we've reached a summary there, people. So with that in mind, Sean, the Gullfoss and the Golfos Master, are they shit? No, I think they're really good. I think absolutely, you're right. Loads of people won't want them. But the people that know they need something like this, there's a few options. This is one of them. It's a good price. I'd go and have a look if I was you. 14-day demo. We always endorse the 14-day demo. You can go and have a look and get rid of it if it doesn't work. And we should mention that again. We get loads of comments from new people to the channel going, but there wasn't a demo. You didn't show... We didn't hear it. It's like, no, we just don't do that. There's lots of reasons. One, it takes up too much time and we're busy working in the industry for real, so we haven't got the time to do that. Two, how do you know what we're playing you audio-wise is really what we're saying it is? Who knows what we're going to put through these things? Loops or something that's been processed before? There's just too much. And go and do it yourself. And you're probably watching it on a phone anyway. Exactly. Go and do it yourself. Listen to this stuff in your own studio, on your own material. You'll know way quicker whether you want it or not. And the best way trust us, we download loads of demos, obviously, to do these reviews. The most obvious thing in the world to make you decide to buy something or not is when the demo runs out. Was I using it and do I need to keep it? Yeah. And at 96 quid, the answer is probably not. Anyway, before you go and do all of that, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. Do that, please. We have an Instagram, which is Studio Life 101. There is also a Patreon and a merch store and a whole bunch of other stuff, and all the links are down there. Great to speak to you once again. See you. See you later. Bye.